Welcome back to Loadout Lounge. My name is Seth Nichols, and today we're going to look at some audio options for you tech-savvy people out there that want to be able to be hands-free. Let's look at it. So I've got a couple different options that I have been using lately, and I'm sure every one of y'all have heard about the Airpods. They're made by Apple. And then you have a special treat in here that maybe not everybody has heard of. So with the Apple Airpods, let's start with them since they're smaller. I like these a lot better than the original Airpods. Now I'll be honest with you, I don't know where they are right now. I was going to show you them, but I'm sure y'all can see on Amazon or Google, you can search Apple Airpods Gen 1. They were basic. They used the lightning cable. They didn't have wireless charging. They didn't do any of that stuff. If you remember, whenever you used to buy an iPhone and it came with a cube, a cord, headphones, and the phone, those headphones that were wired were basically the Airpods Gen 1. They just cut the cord. The newest gen, the third generation, I kept the box for y'all just so y'all could see what it does come in the box. They didn't get rid of the box yet. They've got rid of everything else except for the cord and the AirPods. But here's the AirPods, and you've got the cord inside. So it is a Type-C to Lightning. If you want to charge your AirPods with the cord, it's still got the lightning port on it on the third generation regular AirPods. The AirPods Pro, they do wireless charging, and I want to believe that my wife's is the Type-C charging cord port now. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below. I know these because these are mine. So I got the third generation mainly because I like the wireless charging aspect of it. I have a stand charger where I put my phone, my Apple Watch, and the AirPods right next to it. And these will charge wirelessly whenever I go to sleep. I try not to charge it all the time just because I don't kill the battery on this, and it'll charge and be full, and I don't want it just sitting there constantly on the charger. So with the AirPods third generation, it has a button on the back so you can connect it to your phones or your devices. It wireless charges. It also has the lightning port, and then you actually have the AirPods themselves. They look a lot different. I'll just get one out for now, but they look a lot different than the Gen 1s. They are very similar to the Pro. The biggest difference being is they don't have that rubber piece that goes on the end that actually goes into your ear and makes it to where these stay in your ear, supposedly. I never had luck with that. They would wiggle themselves out. The only way I can keep AirPods or anything that goes in my ear is if they just hook in and sit there. Okay, that's the only way I could get them to stick around in my ear. And they're pretty comfortable. When I'm talking, I can feel them wiggling around. But I'm just very particular about what goes in my ear or on my ear. So if I'm wearing both of these, they're a lot shorter. They're a lot slimmer than the Gen 1s. They don't take up as much space. I don't want to say they're not as noticeable because they're freaking big white things hanging out of your ear. If they were a tan color, maybe they wouldn't be as noticeable or something. But the only options I've ever seen of AirPods are white. So it has a couple of different sensors on there. The AirPod third generation, you can pick them up on Amazon. I just checked, $139.99, so 140 bucks. They are sweat and water resistant, which I like because whenever I go to the gym and I'm wearing headphones or or AirPods or earbuds or something, they have to be water resistant because I sweat a lot. And the other thing is I want to make sure they stay in my ear. When I'm running, when I'm doing exercise, whatever it may be, I'm exerting energy and I don't want to be jumping around or jarring and then falling out. It's just a distraction from the gym. So, but they are IPX4 water resistant, so they will resist some sweat and water. Just don't be washing them. With the AirPods though, you can get 6 hours on one charge of audio play, and that does really well. You can get total of 30 hours of listening without having to charge the case. So you listen for 6 hours or until the AirPods die. You put them back in the case, it'll charge them over and you can listen to them. And it says in the descriptions that you can get up to 30 hours of listening, which is not bad. I just don't like that you have to charge it, which they're small. They're not going to have that much of a battery inside of them. So the biggest thing, the upgrade for the AirPods 3rd generation is the wireless charging with the case. That was my biggest drawback with the 1st generation and even the 2nd generation, is you couldn't wireless charge. The hanging in the ear, it still feels about the same. It's very comfortable. I've not had them fall out of my ear very often. It's just at a certain angle. If I'm talking and they've been in my ears for a little while, they've kind of wiggled themselves and they might fall out. But usually you can kind of feel it wiggling it loose and you can just press it back in there. But it's not very often, and it's not like a regular occurrence where you're just having to sit there while you're talking to somebody. You keep putting them in your ear. So I use these for phone conversations whenever I don't want to have my XM5s on my head. I've done it before where I've been driving my vehicle and I had them suckers on, and I know I probably look like a Martian driving in my Avalanche, and people seeing me and they're like, why is he wearing huge headphones? But these are very nice to kind of be able to carry in your pocket. This is something that has to go in a backpack. It's not something you're going to carry. You're not going to have it in your hand all the time. You're not going to leave it on top of your head. But these are very slim, small, compact that you can put in your pocket. And I actually every day carry these. I put these in my pocket every day. I may not even use them, but they're in my pocket just in case I need to have a conversation on the phone and I need to be hands-free. Whether it's I'm driving, whether it's I'm doing something work-related, having those in your ears and you're able to have your hands free, it just makes life easier for those of us that are always having to do something. So 140 bucks, not a bad price for what you're getting. I know it's Apple AirPods and there's other different versions of in the ear earbuds that you can recommend all you want, but when it comes to just simplistic plug and play, easy to use, you can't beat the AirPods 3rd gen. The other side of the spectrum, from small to now large, is the Sony XM5s. There's a WH-1000XM5. I just call them the Sony XM5. I will have a link in the description for both of these. These have gone down in price quite a lot since I bought this, which is good for you because these are great. So if I open up the case, it's it's gonna protect your headphones. And whenever I put these in my backpack, they go in this case. I have used these a lot. So when you open the case, you've got the headphones, you've got a pocket here to where they have a aux cord in there, so you can plug these into your computer directly and have corded use. If your laptop doesn't have like Bluetooth or anything like that. My desktop for the longest time did not have Bluetooth capability until I bought a little USB chip that goes into my computer. Now I have Bluetooth, which I will speak further on that in a second. So with the XM5s, my wife got me the black version. They have a couple different options. They're quite a lot bigger than the AirPods. But with the XM5s, whenever you hit the power button, if it's already on, it'll tell you the battery life. It'll say battery life or whatever, 90%, whatever it may be. But you hold the power button to turn them on, and then it will, if you've not already previously connected them to a phone, you just keep a hold of the power button, it'll turn the Bluetooth on, and then you can connect them with your phone. You don't necessarily have to have the app to get your headphones to connect to your phone. So the thing I really like about them is the fact that they are Type-C. So with the charger, you can use the same cord for your phone if you have a cord for your phone. A lot of us are wireless charging nowadays, but you don't have to have a lightning cable and a Type-C. Most of my battery packs now are Type-C. The GoPro itself is Type-C. So now I have to have one cord instead of a bunch of different ones, which is amazing. I want to be simplistic. I don't want to have a whole lot of different cords everywhere. So Type-C with these is great, and it makes it to where they charge a little bit faster. One thing with the XM5s is it has quick charging. So your battery's dead, you charge it for 3 minutes, you will have 3 hours of audio capability. So that is awesome for me because I'm using these a lot. I actually wear these every day, Monday through Friday, to the gym. These go on my ears, just like that, and I'm in the gym working out. They're comfortable. They don't put pressure around my ear. They don't touch my ear. They cup around the ear, and they're comfortable. I do notice that they're there. They're not that heavy compared to the AirPod or the Apple over the headphones. These are a lot lighter. With the exterior of these, you've got 2 buttons, and then you've got some touch capability as far as like pausing and different things like that, skipping to the next song. It's kind of however you want to set it up. But the buttons are, the power button is right there. Okay, and then the other button is for noise cancellation. Okay, so if you want to turn off the noise cancellation to turn it on, you press that button. There is an app that you need to download to optimize your headphones, because some of the settings that it comes factory I don't necessarily like. One of them being, so if I open up the app, I'll show you what it looks like first. So it's headphones right there. I open it up and I go to the headphones themselves. Alright, so I'm actually downloading the latest updates. This is kind of what the app looks like once you have it connected to the headphones. But the biggest thing that I always do is on the app, and I want to make sure, on the app you have different options. And I know this may be blurry, but there's only one thing that I really care about to inform you on. The app is pretty self-explanatory otherwise. But on the app, you actually go to the sound tab, and it looks like that. And then there's a little button down here at the bottom where it says speak to chat. Turn that off. I absolutely do not like that. You may like that. So if you don't want, the reason why I don't like it is whenever I have those on, I'd much rather have them on like this, and then if somebody's wanting to talk to me, let's say it's my wife or my son, I can move it off of my ear just like that. That way I can hear them, because the speak to chat, what it does is it mutes your audio completely, and it takes like 20 seconds before it actually turns back on. 20 seconds may not sound like a long time, but if you're actually like listening to a book or whatever, it's annoying to me. There's a way you could speed up the process by pushing the button that's attached for the noise cancellation, and it might speed it up a little bit, but it's still 20-ish seconds that you're doing whatever. And if I'm at the gym and I sometimes talk to myself, or I'm asking somebody else like, hey, are you using this? And I start talking, and then the music will get muted, and then it's taking forever. I know it's a small thing, but that small thing is something that you could fix by making sure that you turn that little dial off, which I have it off. The only thing that you have to be mindful of is when you update it, sometimes sometimes it resets, and so you may have to come back into the app and redo it all. So, but everything else on the app is self-explanatory. And this is comfortable too. Whenever I walk into the gym, a lot of times, I walk in just like that. A lot of times when I'm walking in the gym, I don't want to have to carry it. I'm carrying a water bottle on my phone a lot of times. So I just put these up there and I go to the gym. The only drawback besides the speak to chat noise cancellation thing is I'm bald, as y'all can tell. And whenever I work out in the gym, if I'm doing like bench press or something that involves me, sit-ups, something that involves me laying down on my back and I'm moving or doing something, these will start wiggling and moving and rotating down the back of my head. And they actually have fallen like this at one point because I was working out pretty vigorously. And that would be the only drawback. Now, most of the time when I'm in the gym, I'm wearing some type of hat. That way it kind of keeps the sweat out of my eyes. I wear one that is kind of sweat wicking. It's made for athletic type activities. So it really helps keep the sweat out of my eyes. I do not like it whenever I'm working out. Sweat gets in my eyes and my eyes start burning. That is the worst feeling. So I usually wear a hat, and that keeps these pretty set wherever they are on my head. There is an older version called the XM4s, and they just aren't as updated. They don't have as many different upgrades. The XM5 has 4 microphones on it. Now, with the XM5s, the price on these is $328 on Amazon, and it's worth that. Very much so. It's gone down in price since I bought them. I don't remember exactly how much I bought them for. But with noise cancellation, 4 microphones, it's got some touch controls. It's got speak to chat, or if you turn it on, and it's great. Up to 30 hours total of listen time, and I promise you, I have used every bit of 30 hours with these. Whenever we went to Estonia last year, I had these and I was listening to them on the airplane. I had that aux cord plugged it into the back of the seat in front of me for the long trip from Texas to Helsinki. So if you are wanting something that kind of blocks out everything else and makes it to where you can listen to either Audible books or watch YouTube videos, watch movies, listen to music, and you want it to kind of cut out all the other mess, all the other noise, Sony XM5s are where it's at. They are great. As far as long-term use, they've not got any tears. I've not abused these. I baby them, but I will wear them all over the place. I wear them to the gym. Like I said, I wear them outside. If I'm doing something that is not going to put these at risk of getting damaged or messed up, then I'm going to wear these. They are just comfortable. I can't recommend them more. So basically I have kind of the best of both worlds. I have small and compact, and I have large and very good noise cancellation. I don't want to say bulky. Compared to the AirPods Pro or the AirPods 3rd generation, they are bulky, but you don't really notice it. There are some headphones that you put on your head and you can tell it feels like you're wearing a helmet, and they're just heavy. So, but these, yes, they are heavier than the AirPods, but in the grand scheme of things, they're not that heavy. So they fold flat. The only difference between these and the XM4s is the XM4s will fold even further to be more compact. Actually, I don't think they fold there. I think they fold over here, and they fold a lot more compact. But I put these in the backpack just like this, and they're pretty slim. A lot of times I just put them in the case to protect them, and I put them in my backpack if I'm carrying them, or I'll put them in the case and just throw them in my truck, depending on what I'm doing. So you have the small minimalist compact AirPods 3rd generation, and you have just overall great headphones. We really like using these for making the YouTube videos and editing these videos I'm probably using these right now as I'm editing this video for y'all to give it to you to listen to. So it just cuts out all the noise. There's a lot of times I'll have these, the Sony XM5s on, and my wife or my son will be coming up to me and be like, hello. And I'm like, oh, weird, what? And they're like, I've been trying to talk to you. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. I was listening to a book, or I was listening to music, or whatever it may be. So, but if you have any headphones that you would recommend or earbuds that you recommend, definitely put those in the comments below. That is something that you can never have too much information on. I did a lot of research on both of these before purchasing them because they're kind of expensive, and I don't want to just throw money away to random things if I know that they're not going to work, or I know they're not going to last. So make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll catch y'all on the next video. Peace.